William Whalen here for GetMoreSports.com, and news out of the Pac-12 Conference as Arizona State fires head coach Herb Sendek after 9 seasons, only reached the NCAA tournament twice, was never truly a factor in the Pac-12 Conference, and of course with the rise of in-state rival Arizona back to where they were in the late 90s, early 2000s. The Sun Devils administration had clearly seen a lack of progress and development of Arizona State into a next-tier program, something that they believe that they could be as they've seen their football program do it. And so the question now becomes, where does Arizona State go? You got to bring in a name that can not only recruit, but can develop talent. Arizona and Sean Miller are recruiting whoever they want all across the country, coast to coast, year after year. What that causes is there are leftovers in Los Angeles, in Phoenix. Phoenix is one of the fastest growing areas in the country, and the talent there has come a long, long way to be top notch. They have the top 2018 player in the country right now, Marvin Bagley, just down the street from Arizona State's campus. Arizona State needs somebody that can recruit. Who can do that? Well, the first name that comes to mind, and sources first broken by Evan Daniels of Scout.com, sources seem to be indicating within the AD that Jeff Capel of Duke is the lead candidate. It's his job if he wants it. Of course, Capel was at Oklahoma before taking an assistant job at Duke, and VCU before that. Capel's one of the top recruiters in the country. He was the lead recruiter for the duo of Tyus Jones and Jahlil Okafor to Duke. Would be a very strong name for Arizona State, would give them a lot of kind of name power in Los Angeles, something that they desperately need to compete with the likes of UCLA and Arizona over there. You don't have to necessarily beat Arizona for their guys, but you better pick up the leftovers instead of watching those guys go to Oregon, Cal, USC, Colorado, Washington, Utah. You can't get beat out by those schools, and right now they are being beaten by those schools in Southern California. Another name, another strong recruiter, Josh Pastner at Memphis. He's got experience on the West Coast. Could he come back to Arizona State? The question that I have about that move, of course, would be his coaching. He hasn't developed the talent that he's gotten to Memphis. Can he do it at Arizona State? I don't know. When you're going against Arizona, when you're going against UCLA in the conference standings, the likes of Washington having a good year every couple of years, Stanford, Cal, Oregon, all these great schools that have shown success on the hardwood lately, is he the guy to get you over the hump? I don't think he is, but he's certainly an intriguing name to be thrown around for that job, and I bet he would have some interest in it. The last name I want to throw out is Justin Hutson at San Diego State, one of the top recruiters on the West Coast, has shown an elite ability to develop relationships with high school prospects and bring those high major caliber, highly ranked kids to the Mesa to play for the Aztecs. Also known as one of the defensive geniuses in West Coast basketball, he is really the mastermind behind San Diego State's defensive system, one of the best in the country these last few years. Those are the top 3 names that I look for Arizona State. Whether Capel has interest in it, it's going to be very interesting to watch. Of course, Duke's season will likely have to finish before he really gets into that process. Then, of course, Pastner. How much interest does ASU have in him? And lastly, with Hudson, he already talked to officials at Nevada, reports are saying. So if he jumps at that first, it's going to be very interesting because you know what? Arizona State, obviously a better job than Nevada. I still believe that this is kind of a sleeping giant in college basketball with the talent in Phoenix, with the allure of that campus, those facilities, and with the fact that Arizona recruits nationally so much. I think there's a void to be filled by ASU. Really, really interesting college basketball coaching search to follow in the months to come.